Hey you guys, SlickyRickyT here, and I have a special one for you today. Today I have a project car. We have this Mini Cooper, John Cooper Works 2009, and we are going to make this thing a monster, a track beast. So, join me while we do a ultimate cartoon on this Mini Cooper S, John Cooper Works. Here she is stock. Fun car, but I do notice she's front wheel drive. We might have to change that. We might not. We'll see. Still handles remarkably well. Alright, she's a fun car, but we're going to make her even funner. So if we go over here to the garage, let's see what we can do with her. For 2 points, we can add this body kit, which does take away speed. It adds some handling and some acceleration. So let's see what those numbers actually mean. Oh yeah, we lose from 149.3 mile per hour to 138. However, we get quite a bit of grip, which we will be taking advantage of. This is what I'm not sure yet. I'm pretty sure we want to make this rear wheel drive. Wow, 4 seconds if we do it all wheel. Let's try her in all wheel drive. All wheel drive Mini Cooper. We can throw the rally turbo in there. But I don't think we need to. And it's a lot of points. We'll keep the stock motor. We'll leave it no aero for now. This is where our points are going to go. In the tires, in the rubber. Not as bad as I thought. Not much difference in actual acceleration there, but a lot more in grip. That's why we'll be taking these. But in the... Ooh, no, we're going to leave it more stock looking. Except for the body kit. It does not look stock. Race diff. Okay, this is where hopefully we get some speed back. Top speed is 123. 140. Okay, because of that body kit, it took away some of our top speed. So hopefully it's speed we wouldn't really need. We got all the handling and acceleration. Let's go ahead and... Okay, so we're going to go A-class with this one. So we might as well full cager. Let's see what that does. We're not really gaining any grip. And we're losing quite a bit of acceleration there. See, handling, it goes up, but the number's not changing. You know what? We're going to go without that on this one. Let's check this out. No, we're out of that. This car already small, handles like a monster. Look, these actually took away a little handling. And we will be going with them. Race suspension, race springs, and race brakes. And now, this actually sounds stock. We haven't touched the motor yet. Okay, so we can not. It's already turbo. Can't change it. Okay. It's okay. Let's put a single turbo on instead of. Let's see here. So we upgraded our turbos. I'm gonna do the race engine block as well. Got us some speed back there. Look at. A little 4 miles an hour more. The turbos help too. Let's get some more speed on with this intercooler. That'll help. Yeah, look at that. Not much. Let's see. But it is quicker. What's the points on that? It is charging us 4 points, but we will take that. Oil cooling. Let's see here. 3 points. We gain some weight. However, we get quicker and faster. Looks like a no-brainer. We'll go with the racing valves. Did we put the cams? Oh, there we go. That's, never mind. Let's see if we can squeeze these cams in here. That'll give us the speed. Look. Cams, let's get rid of the racing valves. And 4 more points. I think we're going to put the race block down to sport engine block. And with that, we lose 2 miles an hour. Actually, hold on. Let's see. Okay, we are gonna put this onto sport, and I think our build is pretty good. However, I do want to look at a couple things real quick. What if instead of doing the block, let's see where we're at, 8.027, 0 to 100, that's what I'm looking at, in 162.7. If we turn that off, look, it doesn't change that at all, really. And what if we put this on? That's a pretty big difference. 100. That's a lot better. I think she's ready. She's built. So now that we built the car, it's one thing to build it to an A800, but let's go over it real quick. The weight was 2701 pounds, and now we're at 2379. So we lost, a little over 400 pounds there. I'm sorry, a little less than. We lost a little more than 300 pounds. Peak power, we added quite a bit there. 106 horsepower to this little car while losing weight. So that's significant. And we managed to add quite a bit of grip. So of course it did go from a C class to an A class. C class with 598 points. We added about 200. Well, we added 202 points to this. So let's see how she does. That's the build. But now this is where I work my magic. The tune. I'll run through it real quick. A basic tune. You're not going to get my pro tune here. But I will run through a basic tune here. So, custom tuning. With the tires, usually we got to drive it. We got to see how it feels to actually dial those in. The gearing, we can just play around with it, poke around. And what I like to look at here is the 0 to 100 mostly, and see how it affects the top speed. Let's see if we can get into the 7s, keeping it close to 160 miles an hour. Oh, look at, and you gotta just kind of poke around. Every car's a bit different. I think for now, I'm satisfied with 7.908. Like I said, I'm out of the eights, and I'm close to 160 miles an hour. I'm above it actually, 162. So that works for me for now. The suspension, the alignment, I like to bring up the front caster a bit. It changes the steering angle. I bring it up almost all the way up, and I do bring the toe just slightly. You don't really want to play with the toe too much. You kind of want it straight, but I do give it a positive one on the front and a negative one in the rear. And then the camber, because I turned up the front caster angle, I'm able to turn the camber down a bit, so I don't have to. I can straight line it a bit better, but it'll still give me that camber effect when I'm turning. So that's kind of where I'm there with that. The anti-roll bars, I really have to drive it to feel them out, but we'll trust how the engineers have them set, kinda, for now, until we get in it and give it a test drive. The springs the same with it. The suspension, I will go ahead and soften them up just a little bit, not much. Okay, when I say soften them up, I'm not taking them all the way down. And ride height is tricky. Some cars like to, you got to play around with it too and look, make sure you're not actually. I like it as low as I can get without losing any performance, which looks like I can slam it, and it's the same. Unless actually I didn't do my due diligence to see if it actually prefers to be raised. No, it's all the same in this car. So we're going to have it as low as possible. Rebound stiffness, part of the suspension, the same. I'll increase them both just a hair as I soften the springs, and the bump stiffness the same, but actually they're probably pretty good. Their engineers are good. Downforce, I don't plan on playing with this since I didn't get the rear, so I don't really want to touch the front much, rather kind of leave it balanced. Braking force, I always like a front bias, a little less pressure, and let's adjust this differential, see if we can get anything better out of this. Right now we're doing the 7.908. And on this car, it looks like it's not going to benefit us to play with this at all. Wait, let's see. The 0 to 60 changed there, and it got slower. So we're going to put it back how the engineers set it. And we're going to go ahead and save this. So now this tune, I tuned it. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and master tune this car and put it up with the share tune. I got to keep a couple of my little secret sauces to myself. However, this is a really, I'm willing to say that this car is already built. It's built right. Now we just got to fine tune it in. And how I do that, I'll share some of that with you. Let's test this car real quick. Oh, wow. Let me show you what I do, how I test the tune. First of all, you gotta drive it, you gotta feel it. But also, you gotta turn your telemetry on. And see how your tires grip up when you hit turns. It's okay for the front tires to lose traction momentarily, but you wanna look that they re-grip, that they're gaining traction, that you're not understeering. And the same, when you're coming in and out of corners. You want to watch and make sure that your rear wheels are keeping traction. All the suspension, tire pressure, a lot of stuff that go into this. Aero, there's a lot of suspension settings, alignment, all play a part. And so this car, as you can see, it's pretty nice. It loses traction, it regains it real quick. It doesn't want to slide. It wants to grip. So the tire pressure looks right. So from here, I go to the suspension. Now when I look at the suspension play, I can look at the play for each wheel. Under braking, under accelerating, under cornering. What if I go off road? What if I hit a bump? You can see that my front suspension is actually bottoming out. Not under extreme. It's good. We want it to be pushing, but so what we can do is I'll play with the front suspension just a hair, but we do want it to be pushing all the way down like that because that's what gives us our grip. It'll hold our suspension. The spring is going to hold the wheel to the ground. See, for road purposes, it actually looks pretty good. However, I am going to play with that a little bit. And now we're going to look at tire temps. We already established the tires and everything are good, so I'm not really so worried about that. I like this one here, the heat. How are the tires being applied? Which, if you have problems, a lot of times this will give you clues. However, we're not really having problems. This car's pretty nice. That's why I really don't need this too much. Look, just the inside of the tires, because of the alignment, are getting warm into like corners. But at corners, if you let them get too hot under cornering, they'll get hot and you'll lose grip. Look. But overall, this car looks like it's been built correctly. The tune looks pretty decent. I like it already. So let's go put her to the test. Oops. Oh, I just got a good idea. We're over here by Vulcan Mountain. What better way to test this Mini Cooper than up the mountain? I think for this purposes, I'll try to ride with this view. If not, I might have to switch out to the hood or bumper view. Okay, I'm not saying that you're going to set records in this car. I don't know, maybe. However, now you can pull this car out and be confident that you can drive it, you know, pretty hard. And it's going to hold the road. It's going to do what Mini Coopers are known for. A lot more so than the stock one. Stock ones are great for street driving, real sporty car, but now this thing is race ready. Track ready. I don't know if this is in Track Toys, but it should be. I think a Mini Cooper S would make a wonderful track toy. In game or real life. I know my Uncle Mike loves his. I tuned this one special for him. He doesn't play the game, but with him in mind. This tune, I'm going to go ahead and save it and perfect it. And I'm going to have it up in the tuning market, whatever you call it. And I'm going to name it Uncle Mike. So if you follow me, it'll probably suggest it. If you don't, you can search up Uncle Mike. Or see it. If you see Uncle Mike on there, you know that that's what this is. And it's ready. It makes this canyon seem real smooth. I probably make it look slow. I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't the fastest A car I've driven, but it's not slow, it's just smooth. Oh. I mean, I'm sure driving the stock one up this mountain is great and all, but after driving this, I know it can make this car a little bit funner though, is rear wheel drive. I'll probably make a rear-wheel drive tune for any of you guys that want to check that out. This car almost turns in a little too much, and I know it'll handle better in a rear-wheel drive. You take a little weight off each wheel.
You have arrived at your destination.
Thank you guys for watching. As always, please like, subscribe, shoot me a comment. For reals, go shoot one right now. Adios.